All right, we are live.
Wow, welcome to Shiria 2021. I'm Ari Wickus.
And I am Sally Shatskis. Good evening, Camp Marashah family. We are super excited to have you all tuning in to this exciting event that hasn't happened in 2 years.
Right, this is the big culmination of the first month, the big Shiria. This is my first Shiria that I'm involved in, and I've been hearing about it all summer. All the kids are very excited to sing their hearts out, right? We're going to hear a lot of different things. We have a big presentation tonight, a lot of different themes. So, Sally, what is the big theme tonight that we are dealing with?
The big theme is education. We are honoring educators at different times in a child's life or different times in a human life. Educators who come in early childhood, lower school, high school, college. We're going to have songs that come
Does
to us.
Does education ever stop? I mean, it really
No, really not.
Right?
I'm a lifelong learner. I'm learning all the time.
Every day you learn something
Speaking
new.
of learning all the time, you mentioned this is your first summer at Camp Marashah. So why don't you share with the crowd what you do here in our camp and how your beginning of your summer was?
Well, first of all, at Camp Marashah, I don't think anyone does just one thing, right? I think everyone is here to help each other and really pick up in any way they can. But my main job here is I'm the basketball pro, and I get asked a lot, can I dunk? The answer is no. And I've also been getting asked a lot lately is, are you staying second month? So yes, my mom signed me up for second month. I will be here. Very excited about that. And we also are working on our fitness program here at Marashah. So that's exciting. And I know what you do because you made me do something as part of that. So what do you do here at Camp Marashah?
That's true. So I am the head of the drama department. I do all
That's
things
not head
drama.
of girls campus, right? Okay, sorry.
We work hand in hand, trust me. So last night we had our girls' production of Unmasked, which was not live streamed, but it was filmed. And we had, I would say, over 150 girls involved in this production. And you could just make out the backdrop a little bit behind us on the stage. It's still there behind the screen. And it was a look back at the pandemic through the eyes of different groups in our camp. And we had 9 different songs that were somehow related to the pandemic. Some in meaningful ways, some in funny ways. And one of the songs that we did, we always bring up the senior staff men for a cameo in the girls' show.
Wait, when you say bring them up, you mean put a gun to your head and say you're coming up?
Kind of like that.
Right.
I mean, because
Sally looks nice, but she's a little intimidating.
I've put those men in wigs and dresses and in metallic spandex pants like we had last night.
Thank God it wasn't live stream, by the way. Thank God.
And they performed "Staying Alive," and let me tell you, those disco moves really. Really stole the show.
I think Dave still hasn't gotten his pants off yet, by the way. I think it was a lot of fun. But that's the part of camp, and that's the fun. You see, everyone is just ready to do something, to have a good time. And I'll tell you, as my first summer here, I mean, these kids are smiling ear to ear throughout the day, no matter what they're doing, hanging out in the bunk with their friends and activities, doing, the lake, all these different things. I mean, this summer has been, my smile hasn't left as soon as I got here. And it's just such a great environment, and that's what tonight's about. It's about hearing the emotion of these kids and singing and singing their hearts out. And there's going to be some kids who are going home, so I'm sure they'll have even more emotion.
Right. This is for some kids. This is the last night of camp. So what a way to end their summer. Let's take a look at what's going on the floor. You'll see all those smiles, all those kids filing in. Let's take a look down there.
Find the ones who are smiling.
I would say
wow.
him and
yeah,
her.
Look at that. Look at that atmosphere. We got jibs. We got everything down there. Look at this. And by the way, as Marashah does everything, they do everything top notch. You see, these kids are all ready to roll. The equipment. We have Shimmy with, what do we call that? His backpack that he wears?
I couldn't catch the name of that. But I do see some interesting yellow vests going on. I guess that's part of the theme.
Hold on. Do you see you're missing wigs? Have you located the missing wigs?
My wigs have been
this is a public
from the
service announcement.
Yes.
Sally is missing 2 wigs from her drama department. If you see anyone who can't wearing them, please notify us.
I feel like it's a Where's Waldo. Let's try to find the wigs on the kids in the crowd.
I could clearly use a wig because that's another story. But
so I just wanted to share with the folks at home, because I'm sure many of you were campers somewhere. I'm sure a lot of you were campers here at Camp Marashah. The process of preparing for Shiria has not changed since the beginning of Shiria.
It's the real deal.
I mean, you have these kids. You'll remember from the time when you were campers that in the few days leading up to Shiria. You don't really begin much more than a few days leading up to Shiria. But those 3 days of preparation for Shiria, you don't sleep. If you're the head of Shiria, you're not sleeping. And if you're in harmonies, you're putting in hours and hours every day. You're taking your off periods to go do the harmonies. You're trying out for solos. And the excitement, the kids that got the solos and the kids that are chosen for the harmonies, and you see them in every area of the camp.
Boys, girls, I mean,
back
it's
and
right.
forth.
It's a big deal. It's actually funny what you said. Actually, Jeremy said something to me last night when I think you were there when we were talking about planning something. He's like, "Oh, that's Tuesday. That's like years ahead in camp time. You know, if you do everything, it's like the next day is like a full. It takes on its own life of itself, and that's what you said. These kids have to learn these songs, do everything, and I think we're about to begin. We are getting ready. I think we're going to
Let's take a look down at the floor. I think Jeremy is getting ready to quiet everyone down. He has this amazing thing he does.
He just puts his hand up.
Yeah, he puts his hand up. Sometimes he counts backwards from 5, and he gets complete silence.
I want to get that hand. It's really impressive.
Yeah, I want to be able to count like that. All right, here we go. Let's take a listen.
Canberra Show, are you ready? Girls campus, let's get up. Are you ready? Let's get up, get up, get up, get up. On the chairs, I will vote on the chairs. Boys campus, are you ready?
Hey, Jeremy.
One more time. Girls campus, are you ready? Boys campus, are you ready?
Jeremy, I think the girls were louder. The girls were louder.
Let's hear it one more time.
Let's hear it one more time.
Boys campus, are you ready? Girls campus, are you ready?
See, I was right. Boys campus. We try that again.
One more time.
One more time.
Girls campus, are you ready? Boys campus, are you ready? Here we go. Here we go. Tonight, everybody can please take a seat to learn about what tonight is all about. Tonight is Shiria 2021. But tonight is not only a competition between our girls' campus and our boys' campus, but tonight is also a night, as we've been doing the entire summer, a night to recognize. Boys? Tonight is not only to recognize in general, but for the next few minutes, for the next few songs, tonight we are going to be recognizing Jewish education, our teachers, our rebbeim, our morot. Whether it's early childhood, yeshiva day school, yeshivot, seminaries, or education in the home, tonight is all about recognition for the incredible educators that we are blessed to have 12 months a year, whether at home, in school, or at camp. But we're not only going to be focusing on all the educators back at home. Tonight, we have a very, very special opportunity to show our Hakar Satov from Camp Morashah, because in this camp, gratitude isn't. And we are about to say thank you to somebody who gave decades of her life educating the youngest of the young here in Camp Morashah. Please turn your attention to the most respected, professional, and experienced educator we've had in this camp. Please turn your attention to the screen.
Vivian has been such a role model and friend. Vivian has been such a role model and friend to me over these past Many years that I've worked in camp with her.
When I first met Vivian, it really struck me how dedicated and committed she was to Camp Morasha and to the entire Camp Morasha family.
She has always guided me with her words of wisdom and compassionate heart.
As a new mom, I was really nervous about my kids being in a program they hadn't been, but as soon as I brought them to day camp, I saw how Vivian had everything set and they were so well taken care of.
I've had the zchus and pleasure to work with Vivian through 4 different directors, all with different styles, but they shared one thing in common. They always knew that the Morasha Day Camp was run professionally.
You know, for Vivian, it wasn't a job, it was really a passion. But I think the special ingredients that made the day camp so amazing was her unconditional love for each and every kid and her desire to help each kid grow on their own level and maximize their own potential.
I could tell you that More Vivian always had something positive to say about each child, no matter who they were and what their individual differences were. But one of the nicest things I noticed about More Vivian was that every year when we worked on the slideshow, we would spend hours and hours back and forth on the phone making sure that every kid in day camp was represented in the slideshow. And it was her sense of inclusion that made More Vivian so special.
One of the greatest parts of the day was always hearing More Vivian announce, "Good morning, day camp."
Good morning, day camp. How many people did that?
At the outset, for us, it really meant that we could now eat our breakfast in peace without the chaos of our children swarming around us. But really what those words, "Good morning, day camp," meant was that we as Morasha staff were going to be allowed to go to work and work to our greatest creative potential. And that, to me, is the most valuable thing in the world.
You know somebody has a legacy when after they leave the place that they were working at, very often the people that they left behind ask themselves, what would Vivian do?
Many times I find myself thinking, what would Vivian do in this situation?
In the few years that I got to work with you, you truly were a role model for me, taught me how to be a leader, how to educate and care for children. And even though we miss you very much at Camp Morasha, your legacy lives on.
This camp runs so well because of its amazing staff.
My kids always loved day camp, and it was a very, very special part of our Morasha experience.
They learned benching and davening, how to dance and even just be part of a big camp.
And everyone realizes she's 100% L'Shem Shemayim. There's no hidden agendas.
Vivian never put herself first. It was always about the children. It was always about the staff to make sure that the environment that was created in the day camp was one that was not only fun, but was one that made every child grow.
To give the kids a great summer where, in your words, they can grow both socially, emotionally, and spiritually throughout the summer.
And the campers didn't even know this, but they were feeling the effects of More Vivian because More Vivian's care for the staff children allowed the staff to really focus on the campers.
We could not go back to work every single day without knowing that our children were safe and happy in the day camp.
To watch her raise practically a few generations of Camp Morasha day campers, including my own 4 children, has just been a tremendous privilege.
I also have had the privilege of being a day camp Shiria teacher over the years, so I've gotten to see firsthand how More Vivian does all of the amazing things that she does.
My children have such fond memories of growing up in Morasha Day Camp with More Vivian. From Aaron, who's now 22, he still talks about More Vivian was so funny when she did this, or I was scared of her when I did that.
One day I was in the day camp area taking pictures for the day camp slideshow, and I heard More Vivian yell, "Hold it right there, Mr. Cohen." And I stopped for a moment. I started trembling, and I looked to my side and breathed a sigh of relief as I realized she was talking to Chaim Cohen.
The care that you've shown for your staff over the years is also amazing, and I've learned from that.
The way she cares about her counselors so much, and the way she guides them and teaches them, anyone who's been part of her team really has learned from an education master.
I thank her for bringing me to Camp Morasha as an Alu folk camper, and as Rabbi Wienerker said, this is my first summer not being a staff kid in my whole life in Camp Morasha.
Hardest job in camp, and yet she did it beautifully, wonderfully, and I was zoche. All 3 of my daughters, spanning 15 years, benefited and loved day camp, and my eldest granddaughter took her first steps in the Morasha Day Camp.
Vivian gave her heart and her soul to our campers, to our children. She approached every child as if it was her own, and that's what we miss so much about Vivian. It's so rare to find somebody who makes their job at camp a labor of love. She made sure that her campers had the activities, the programs, the staff that would not compromise a minute of the day camp experience.
She would always call me, who's giving shiur, what time is shiur for the day camp? Remember, these are 5-year-olds, and yet she treated it with the same seriousness that we treat shiur for everyone in camp.
We're forever grateful to Vivian for all the years of fun and excitement and learning.
She would love to be here this summer, but she role models the best lesson, and that is she's also, Baruch Hashem, a daughter. So she stayed home to care for her parents and her father-in-law.
You know, Vivian inspired me to make sure that there's no such thing as compromise, that there's no such thing as giving up, that there's no such thing as settling for something less. That you always have to go to bat for your campers, you have to go to bat for your staff, and that's what it's all about, making sure that we reach everything that we can to make sure that this program is the best that it could be.
Hashem should bless Vivian and Menachem and their families, both younger and older, with many good years of good health, success, both in Ruchnius and in Gashmius.
And we all, as a family, have so much hakaras hatov for what you've done for our family.
So we want to wish you a mazel tov. We know that you have many, many more years of inspiring other people, but we thank you so much for the inspiration that you left at Camp Marashah.
Wow. If everybody could give a
Makes
big,
me really
big round of
emotional
applause.
to watch that. I know that there are a lot of viewers at home who know Mara Vivian for a long time, even some of you who had your own children in her care. Let's take a look at the floor right now. For this. They're giving her a standing ovation.
Vivian bouquet of flowers. My wife Rachel was also a member of the day camp since she was a little girl.
Amazing. And what better way to
And
follow
one
that
last
video
thing,
than
Mara
a
Vivian, if you could just come
performance
up. Everybody could take a seat.
where her legacy lives on.
One last thing before we introduce, actually, ironically, the day camp, is that Mara Vivian is so much more than a staff or a building or a program. But after next summer, we will be building a new staff and day camp complex at the entrance of camp, and we're so excited. Part of that complex is to have a playground, for a brand new playground for all our day campers, and that playground is going to be called the Vivian Rosenberg Climb and Play Center. And that's not only because the Climb and Play Center, the Vivian Rosenberg Climb and Play Center, not symbolizes what Vivian is about. Not only for kids to be able to play, but for them to climb and climb and climb to greater heights. A big, big round of applause to Vivian Rosenberg.
Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you to all of you for this beautiful, beautiful tribute. I have been so blessed for the past 27 years to be part of this incredible family. All of you who are sitting here, you are so lucky to be part of this family. I can't put into words how lucky I have been to raise my children and my grandchildren here in Camp Marashah. And leaving this summer and not being here is not a goodbye. My heart is still here, my family is still here, and my home will always be here. Thank you so much.
Today we're going to be hearing 6 songs, as we do every year, and how appropriate it is for this year to start our first song. Boys Campus and Girls Campus, please give your undivided attention. And Maura Cara, you are filling big shoes right now, no pressure. Everybody, please give your undivided attention to the day camp. Okay, we're gonna only start when it's completely quiet. I'm gonna count down from 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's hear it for the day camp. One more song. My house last year. For the 58th summer in a row, the winner of Shiria 2021 is the Day Camp! All day campers, congratulations on your 58th consecutive victory. Please slowly move off of the stage.
Wow. You know what? My first summer here, I don't even know Vivian, but the reception she just got, and I know you were very emotional, Sally. Tell us about how that was, having that dedication for her.
Yeah, when I started here 7 years ago, I had 4 kids. 3 of them were in day camp. I came back the following year with 5 kids.
Wow, that's how amazing day camp is. You came a kid? Vivian, you deserve a whole entire campus named after you.
All right, they're introducing the judges. Let's go back down there.
Seminaries and yeshivas, starting with from Yavne Academy in Teaneck, our head of canteen bringer up Shani Norman. A 3rd grade teacher at SAR Academy. Our program director, let's hear it for Melissa Rothwack. Of the Davis Renoff Scholar, Yeshiva High School for Boys, let's hear it for Rabbi Aryeh Yudin. in.
What are we, 30, 40 seconds away from getting the show started? Hear these voices?
We got two songs per campus.
By the way, this is a tough judges panel here. These people are not going to give anyone breaks. They're going to have to sing like they've never sang before.
But I have to tell you, they're bringing back some songs from my youth many moons ago.
What, you got pre-notes? I didn't know about this.
Yeah. I'm very excited about the song choices.
See,
I like
when you're in the
choices.
drama and the arts department, you get a little more info than when you're in the sports and basketball department.
Well, my husband is directing this whole production.
Oh, it's Danny Live.
Shout out to Danny Schatzkis, my husband.
I'm not even going to
he's
try to attempt the
extraordinary.
last name because I would just butcher it. So how do you pronounce it?
Schatzkis.
Okay.
Nobody knows
Danny
how to
and
spell
Sally.
it.
I know them as Danny and Sally.
That's good enough
It's
for
a lot
us.
easier.
Good enough for us. Anyway, he put together the camper band. All the band members, apart from him and one other person, are all campers. He's been working with them for 3 days non-stop.
Can't wait
These
to
kids
hear
have
it.
been in the studio day and night, and he's been working with the heads of the campus, Panina Levine and Jonathan Kaslow, who are the heads of the two campuses for Shiria. And we're about to hear.
So this is really the Sally and Danny night. This is a lot of excitement. I'm happy to be here with you.
There's a little bit of Sally and Danny all over the place.
Right?
here.
Yes. No. I know. You guys sprinkled everywhere. This is exciting. We are about to hear it. So who are we going to hear first? Boys or
We're
girls?
about to hear Hamalach.
That's boys campus.
Boys campus. The Yeshiva Boys Choir Hamalach. So
We're ready.
here we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The first song of the evening. As we go through tonight, we're going to progress from the youngest children in our classrooms all the way to the oldest, starting with early childhood. Please give your attention to Boys Campus.
Dear More Vivian, my brothers and I have all spent a long time in your day camp over the past 15 summers. We want to take this time to show you our appreciation for making sure we always learned and had a fun time when our parents were too busy working.
Thanks for all the early morning day camp calls, the awesome trips to DJs, bowlings, and the movies. And you can't forget about the day camp graduation dances and songs.
One of my favorite experiences from day camp was Shiria. Somehow we never lost. I still remember the classic dance moves, which I look forward to seeing every year. Maura Vivian, thanks so much for making all of my childhood summers truly memorable and helping me and my siblings become who we are today. This one's for you.
Quiet down, boys.
Ya'amod kol ha'ne'arim.
Watch my beat, watch my beat. My hand, I don't have it yet.
Okay, Girls Campus, we're going to wait for you guys to be quiet. Here we go. The first song of Shiria 2021, showing recognition and Hakaras Tov to all educators that work every day with our early childhood. Please give your undivided attention for the song of Hamalach.
Every night I lie there, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world can be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take.
A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. Hamalach hagoel osi mikara yevarech ezan yarim.
amazing start to an amazing night.
By the way, it's official. I just notified my mother to sign me up through January. I mean, that was amazing. I mean, you know, I'm living this for the first time. In the solos, the way everyone was so involved, you know, the counselors, the kids. I mean, wow, Sally, that's unbelievable.
We were glued to the screen.
Yeah.
I mean, we're watching.
We were bobbing up back and
Yeah.
forth. You know, it was amazing.
We're seeing what you're seeing at home, and I mean, we were every kid.
Goosebumps. That was just wow. I can't even imagine how that's going to be topped. But I'm sure these girls are have a couple tricks up their own sleeves
Well,
and ready
now
to rock.
they've seen their competition, so they're going to bring it.
That was amazing.
So what's up next? We've got Girls Campus, and they're going to, there's going to be a little video, and then they're going to sing Shiru LaHashem by Shalshelis Jr.
Wow, that is, I mean, so that's good. So, you know, always in these competitions, is it better to go first or second? You're a veteran of this type of, you know, the Broadway show world. Would you rather?
I mean, we don't usually have like a back and forth in the Broadway world, but maybe in sports they have that.
Right. I mean, do you like to see your competition, or do you like to have the wow factor for the judges to hear it for the first time and have nothing to compare it to?
Right. I don't know. We don't usually have competition.
Think about that. When we come back from the video, you're gonna let us
In
know.
honor of our educators in our yeshiva day school system, our elementary schools, our high schools, all our teachers and administrators in our yeshiva day school system, to introduce this second song. Everybody, please turn your attention to the screen.
Dear our teachers, we thank you for changing our lives, for allowing us to reach for the stars. You transformed us from caterpillars
to butterflies. The Hakdama of Chovos HaTalmidim writes that when the word chinuch is used in the context of educating children, it means to nurture the talent that lays dormant within the child and to develop them. It is the responsibility of a teacher or rebbe to help the child discover the light of Hashem within them and to extract it and cause it to flourish. As Shlomo HaMelech says, Chanoch Lanar al pi darko, to train the child according to his or her way, to discover the kedusha that lies within him. This performance is dedicated to every teacher who allowed us to break free from our cocoon and soar like a butterfly.
This is the year of the girls team 2021. Go girls team! This is the year of the girls team 2021. Go.
Should I be serious? Sorry. Be serious. Be serious. Should be serious.
Now it's time to hand my song over to the girl.
Okay, girls canvas. Okay, we are ready to begin the second song of the evening by Girls Canvas in honor, recognition, and gratitude to our yeshiva day school educators. Please give your attention to the song Shiru LaHashem. Boys.
Caterpillar in the tree. Butterfly, fly away. Butterfly, fly
Let's hear it for Girls Campus. Amazing job, Girls Campus. Amazing job, Boys Campus.
Wow, I kind of feel like Simon Cowell up here, but that was pretty good. That was
That
great.
was really good. You know, this is called the Shark Cast, so you could be.
Oh.
Oh no, wait, he's not from the Shark Tank.
No, he's everywhere.
He's
I
from
don't
one
know.
of those.
Last time I watched
talent
American Idol, I think it was season 1. It could have been
Yeah,
like 20 years
me too.
ago.
Okay,
But that was amazing. Oh,
We're,
what do we
we're
got now?
actually gonna have a surprise song right now. Not boys, not girls.
You and I are
not
singing?
camp.
We're singing?
We're gonna hear from the Mishlachat. We're gonna hear from the Mishlachat, which is a group of amazing staff members who come to us every year from Israel.
Our very own Mishlachat. Mishlacha, you could step up to the microphones. You could step up to the microphones.
Careful, careful, careful. Just sing into the microphone. Just sing up towards it. No, no, no. Come close. Close. Still lower? So just get close to the microphone.
We're not ready. We're gonna get everyone quiet. Okay, Cam Orsha. Very special treat for all of us, but we need everybody to be silent. So here we go. Counselors, division heads, please help us out. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
pajamas of snacks, getting eaten כל שנייה. Shabbos video every week, we watching them in Kazia. Shabbos walk at Lake Canteen, can I have a ride? Have a ride. משלחת, bring good vibes, come to Israel. Make Aliyah. Having fun, enjoying Barucha. We all together, משפחה, full of love, תורה והלכה. מחנה מורשה. Having fun, enjoying Barucha. Leaving the barn, preparing הדרשה, spreading the campers are the best. They have so many kinds of skills, a new adventure every day. Singing and dancing on the hills, archery, blackboard, blackboarding, Israeli experience. Baseball, education, Israeli experience. מחנה מורשה, having fun and joy בחופשה. We all together, משפחה, ובאהבה, תורה והלכה. מחנה מורשה, having fun and joy בחופשה. Living לבד, preparing מדרשה, spreading smiles, happiness and שמחה. ודילי לו, ודילי לו, עם ישראל, עם ישראל. ודילי לו, ודילי לו, דודה דודה, דודה ודוד. מחנה מורשה, having fun and joy בחופשה. We all together, משפחה, ובאהבה, תורה והלכה. מחנה מורשה, having fun and joy בחופשה. Living לבד, preparing הדרשה, spreading smiles, happiness ושמחה. ודילי לו, ודילי לו, כמו רשע, כמו רשע. ודילי לו, ודילי לו, עם ישראל, עם ישראל.
Let's hear it for the Mishlachat. Amazing. Amazing job, Mishlachat. Boys Campus.
Wow,
We are ready for your
Mishlachas.
second
Say, how do you say it?
and final song
Oh,
of the
by the way, I
evening.
wanted to give a quick shout out. Sally's probably too modest to say it, but her son Jacob Schatzkis,
Yes.
close enough, was on one of the solos, and he was phenomenal.
He was.
Yeah, that was
brilliant.
nachas, not nachos. That was nachas. That was unbelievable.
Nachas. Or as we say in Brooklyn, nahat.
Ah, wait, what did you say when the mazel tov?
Nahat.
Not-
Mabruk.
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 But we wouldn't be saying that, but we would say what you said because you
Well,
know.
right. Yeah, there's not a large population of
Right.
Syrian people in this
That was
camp.
awesome. So what do we come back to a boys song,
So
or
we're
the
going to come
girls
back
go
to the
first?
boys song. I was trying to give a shout out to my mom who's watching at home. Told me that I look okay, but I need to sit up straight.
You know what, moms? They're always going to
Yeah.
critique and for your better. Oh, I
Yeah.
hear the tunes. And by the way, we should tell about the band. Tell us about the band here today.
Okay, I wish that the jib could focus in on the band a little bit more, but I don't think that the reach goes that far. But that band, apart from my husband Danny and one guitarist, is all campers. All campers. There's a couple of drummers, piano. There's a few guitarists. There's a bassist. And these are the kids that have been hanging out in the studio. I see them every
Mhm.
single day. They are in love with music and they love being in the studio. And they come in the first week of camp. They kind of float in there, and they
And then they
realize
probably don't wanna leave.
And then they
They
don't want
just-
to leave.
right, they
They
see-
realize it's the greatest place
Right.
in camp. It's cool. It's air conditioned, and it's beautiful.
Amazing.
So
And-
it was an easy way to find them. Danny didn't have to look too far in the studio. They were already there. Here we go, Bilvavi by Boys Campus.
In the spectator crowd. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. The third song of the evening by Boys Campus is showing Hakaras Tov gratitude recognition to our educators in our yeshivot and seminaries in Israel.
The next song we'll be singing, Bilvavi Mishkan Evne. It ends off with Ul Karban Akriv Loat Nafshi and Nafshi Ayachida. Everybody offers an individual, special, unique offering to Hashem. Each and every person, by definition, therefore, has a special connection to Hashem that no one else has. In the first 3 words of the Aseret Dibrot, 10 Commandments, one of the foundations of our Judaism, it says, Anochi Hashem Elokecha. I'm Hashem, your God. It doesn't say Elokeichem, your God in plural. It says Elokecha, your God in singular form. Because each and every person has an exclusive relationship with God that nobody else has. The PSS and the Rebbe in Parsha Vayetze, he highlights a dichotomy that each and every Jew lives every day. It's klal uprat, that we have this community, this greater collective, and the individual. And he says that this manifests itself in our daily Shemona Esrei. Each and every day, we say Atah repeatedly in our Shemona Esrei. You. We say it straight to God in this conversation to highlight the fact that we're in the middle of a deep personal conversation with Hashem. At the same time, almost every other word except for Atah is in plural form. Rifa'enu, heal us. Baruch Aleinu, bless us. This is what we live. So when we sing in Shiria with camp, when we daven in shul with the community, it's not only just a joint community experience, but each and every individual has a special individual part. And the most beautiful part of being in yeshiva or seminary for the year is that you might go with a group of your friends to the same establishment, all the same teachers, you might hang out every day, but you come out, each and every one of you, with a different connection to Hashem, each exclusive, each special and unique. So to all of those yeshiva and seminary educators, you stood up for us this year, so now we stand up for you.
Introducing the third song of the evening, in appreciation for all our Rebbeim, teachers, marot, in yeshivot and seminaries across Israel. Shh. We're gonna wait. Boys, we're waiting for you. Here we go. Song number 3, Shh. Bilvavi by Boys Campus.
So I'll build an altar and I will remember. Never forget all that you have done. So I'll build an altar and I will remember.
Let's hear it for Boys Campus!
Wow.
Girls
Those boys got pipes. That was
Yeah.
amazing. Also, quick shout out to Zach Newmark. He was one of the soloists in the last segment with the boys. That was amazing.
Those were great soloists. I remember what it's like to get ready for a solo in Shiria, to be standing up there, ready to approach the mic, and all the counselors and staff, they're holding up the papers and they're ready. It's a really exciting
That reminds me
moment.
about my bar mitzvah. That was one of the worst moments of my life, but getting up there and having to sing or anything, yeah. Certain people can do it, certain can't. Shotzka's could definitely do it.
Well, that's why you do sports and I do theater.
Correct. We know our strengths and we definitely know our weaknesses.
But you know what I have to say? There are a lot of things in common that we have in common between theater and sports. I feel like educators are constantly referencing casts in theater and teams in sports.
Well, performers, right? That's what you are. You're
Performers
performing.
and also good teams, right? There's a lot of
Right, you're putting yourself
collaboration.
out there. That's what it's about. And that's where you see at Morishah the confidence of the kids that grows in all different departments here, that
Right.
you have a chance to shine everywhere.
Yeah, it's amazing because like in sports and in theater where everybody needs to rely on each other to do a good job, these campuses, I mean, I think there's like 600 people on each campus and they're really relying on each other
Absolutely.
to do a good job.
Okay, we are ready.
No one can do it themselves. You gotta.
All right, we're going
Achtus.
going to hear from Girls Campus the song Yavo, Miami Boys Choir. We're going to see a video and then hear their song.
Close out this evening. We've given appreciation and recognition to early childhood. We've given recognition to education in our yeshiva day schools, and we've given recognition to our yeshivas and seminaries in Israel. For the last song, we'd like to give recognition to the education that we are so fortunate to have in our own homes. And I'd like to take this opportunity for the entire Camp Morishah to wave to all your parents back at home and say hello to all your parents watching back at home. Thanking our parents, thanking a mother, thanking a father for the education that we get in our homes. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
אני מאמין באמונה שלמה בביאת המשיח, ואף על פי שישמע עם כל זרח הקלו בכל יום שיבוא. The coming of Mashiach is a core value instilled within us from a young age. A waiting and yearning for Geula has encouraged and continues to encourage us to hope for the future and to see the light at the end of the tunnel. The home is a place of comfort where we feel safe even in the hardest of times. Our parents teach us that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is our source of simcha, and we cannot feel completely fulfilled when something so essential to our lives is not here yet. Throughout our childhood, we all tried to picture what Mashiach coming truly looks like. In all of our imaginations, we see pure excitement and joy. Often, when thinking of Mashiach and the Geula, we picture an eagle coming in and sweeping us and bringing us to Yerushalayim Ir Kodesh. Repeatedly in the Torah, we see the phrase, Al Kanfei Nesharim, the concept that Hashem will return us to him under his wings. The imagery of an eagle, the king of the sky, carrying us under his wings, represents the protection and comfort Hashem gives us, just like our parents do. We choose to use eagles as our prop, as a symbol for what our parents have taught us and continue to teach us in our homes. That Hashem protects us and gives us eternal comfort, but at the same time, we must yearn for the Geula Shalema, because without Mashiach, we are incomplete. Go girls.
When we finally hear the chauffeur, after all these years, our emotions can run deeply, moving us to tears. Joy will fill our hearts when he's finally here, when Mashiach's finally here.
Okay, we are ready for our fourth and final song. In appreciation for the education we get at home and the wings that protects us at home. Something like that. Here we go. Girls Campus. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, presenting the song of Yavo. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Amen.
Yisbarach v'yishaleh al kos yain maleh kibirkas Hashem.
Let's hear it for girls campus. Let's hear it for boys campus. Let's hear it for Camp Shah.
Wow.
Well, oh, wow. I was just texting friends and family about how amazing that was. Wow, that was so good.
I have to tell you, I love that song. That song makes me want to get up and
I was
dance.
jumping out of my seat. That was really good.
That's like a total Rikudim song.
Right. And we don't have a vote, but I have a personal winner in there. And I don't know if the judges are going to concur or not, but both boys and girls were fabulous. But I think one team stood out tonight. And we'll see what the judges decide.
We'll see. Right now, the judges are counting up their votes.
Wow. And counting, it looks like everyone jumping up in the background.
Yeah, it's an amazing dance party down there. I just want to give a huge shout out to Digital Dove.
Oh,
who
yes.
is right there behind the computer. He was on guitar all
Second
night.
ago with guitar, now he's DJing. What doesn't Digital Dove do?
No, we had to bring him back to Camp Shiria.
Yeah, he's
we
great.
Had to.
I feel like he's never left. He's not been here the whole summer?
No,
wow. He's amazing.
We can hear him throughout
So
the
how does this work, Sally? So now the judges will end up deciding who is...
So right now, the judges are in a secret room underneath the Merkazia.
Oh, wow.
They go to tally
I haven't been to that
votes.
secret room yet. It's pretty cool.
It's not as hot as it is up here.
Wow, underground. There's an underground element at Camp Shah here.
Underground secret room where they count up.
But I think the most important thing is, as you can see, I don't think it matters who wins or loses. These kids had an unbelievable time, and that's what the whole summer's been about. I mean, having these kids back in camp, it's just the smiles you see face to face from the younger ones, I'm learning it, the Nitzim to the Managot, Alafim.
Alafot are the girls.
Oh, I knew it. I got it close.
You're still learning. But, this is what you see after a lot of hard work. They have worked really, really hard. This is not your standard dance party. This is a culmination of a lot of effort.
And it's also a culmination of a lot of, some kids leaving after 1 month. This is their last night here in Camp Shah 2021.
A lot of counselors, too.
Yeah, a lot of counselors with Israel starting early and all the holidays. First of all, kudos and shout out to all the staff, the counselors, the junior staff here is unbelievable. I mean, these counselors care about each and every one of these campers, and you see it. You see it when they're coaching them, when they're taking them to different activities. I mean, it's truly amazing.
Let's take a look at them dancing with their campers down there.
Right.
Look at
You
that.
wouldn't even know who's campers, who's kids. I mean, they're all into it.
It's quite amazing.
Oh, the Ruach Hakem Morashah.
So it does take a few minutes for the judges to tally up their
Right,
votes.
and it's going to be a close one. I'm sure there's some split votes. We could have a hung jury. Is that possible?
I don't know. I don't think that's
Is there a
ever happened.
sing-off? Do you and I sing? I sing for the boys, you sing for the girls? That would be a no contest. The girls would win that handily.
I
Yeah, that would have
I
won.
agree.
Although I could bring up your son to sing instead of me.
If you danced again in Staying
Oh,
Alive,
right. If I do the Staying Alive, I
that
could
could be
do that.
a good.
That's right.
Oh, look at those
Oh,
moves.
that's great. Look at that. The Olympics have synchronized swimming. We have synchronized dancing.
Dancing is usually synchronized. I'm just saying.
Was that choreographed? What do you say? Is that how they wrote it?
I think that was impromptu, actually.
Right.
Oh, I like the boys' campus written on their vests.
Yeah, the vests are awesome.
By the way, I just have to say the set from Unmasked back there, that looks amazing. I don't know if the folks at home can
I
see.
was looking at that. That looks like that took a lot of time and effort.
It's made out of masks. It's
No
actually
way.
made out of masks. Yeah, if you
That
look
is
at the
unbelievable.
behind the letters, those are all masks.
I'm sure it wasn't hard finding people to donate their masks, right? By the way, funny story, I went to a store before it's summer, and they gave away a mask as a free swag. I'm like, this doesn't work.
Right. Yeah.
Not what you're looking for, you know?
I actually had to buy those masks.
Right.
We needed more, believe it or not. We needed colors.
But
and
we
everything.
may have a special interview at the end of the telecast
Yes.
with our camp director, our numero uno, Jeremy Joseph, who really is unbelievable, passionate about every single part of camp. And he is behind the scenes most of the time during the day at camp, but he is the puppeteer that puts it all together. He's
Yeah,
really
and when
amazing.
he gets up on stage with that microphone, wow, what was that?
Oh, feedback.
Oh,
digital
wow.
dove. Sally, I think
Let's go to the floor.
I'm going to get ready.
This is really good.
Oh, my gosh.
Benzion, hard to hear you.
אבל אני מחייך, לא דואג להמשך, כי יש לי אמונה. לפעמים מרגישים שהחיים כל כך קשים, מה יהיה עוד יום, עוד שנה? אבל אני מחייך, לא דואג להמשך, כי יש לי אמונה.
All right. Let's go. Oh, yeah.
Yerushalayim habluya. Oy, 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 oy. Hayat katzli. Gibor kehyari. B'chol mitzvot haTorah. Oy, kedei shenizke leziyim hashchina. Yerushalayim habluya.
Okay, everybody, please start heading back to their seats. Slowly start heading back to your seats.
Wow, the big moment, the moment we've all been waiting for. Who is your Shiria 2021 winner?
They are going to be announcing the scores shortly. I believe that they're going to keep us waiting. They announce scores for different songs before they announce
so
songs.
there's
a whole thing. So just because someone won a song doesn't mean they win the
it's
whole
like
night.
you could win mural and win team song, so it's like
Right.
color war, like a little.
2
like
years
that.
ago, 2019, the girls won Song of the Night, but the boys won Shiria.
Wow, interesting. I
Yeah.
didn't, as an educator, I'm being educated all the time now. This is amazing. I didn't know about this. You would think they would just Marshaw. We don't just have a clear-cut winner. We go into the depths
Keep
of
you on
every
the
little
edge.
thing, right?
Keep
There's
you
a
on
little.
the edge of your seat. Yeah. So right
Has
now,
there ever?
there's still
I'm going to venture to say no. There's probably never been a sweep of one side winning everything. I would say you've been here 72 years. Has there ever been?
Yeah.
No. Oh, 72 kids you have. That's what it was. Right. I went up. Hold on. I think
Here
we're
we go.
about to find out.
Here we go. Let's cut to the floor. Let's cut to Jeremy. Here we go. He's got the scores.
But we can only get there until everybody. Counselors, please help us out. Everybody go back to your chairs. Everybody on the side, back to your chairs. Here we go. Before we get to the winners, a few thank yous are in order. Number one, what makes me most proud in this camp is that we give every single individual child an opportunity to shine in his or her own way. A big round of applause and thank you for our entire camper band, led by Danny Shoskis. A big thank you to our entire operations and tech crew for making tonight possible. And last but certainly not least, a big thank you to Penina Levine on the girls' side and Jonathan Kaslow on the boys' side for leading each campus in such a beautiful, beautiful way. Before we announce the scores, we also obviously need to point out that tonight is the last night of the first session, and we want to say to all our first session campers, we will miss you. We hope that you have an amazing second session, and we cannot wait to have you back here in Morishah 2022. After we announce the winners, everyone down five already. Okay, perfect. Right after we announce the winners, we are expecting everybody to show what it means to have a camp of kavod. There's a lot of garbage on the floor, sheets and garbage. Everybody should make sure to pick up one piece of garbage before they head out. DC boys? Right after we announce these winners, DC boys, all DC boys to the boys shul for Mariv. All DC boys to the boys shul for Mariv. Are you ready to find out the winner of Shiria 2021? Here we go. We're going to be announcing two things tonight. We are going to be announcing the song of the night and then the overall winner of Shiria. The song of the night could be the same as the winner, it could be different than the winner. The song of the night is the song that scored the highest points out of all 4 songs. The winner of the evening is the campus that got the most total points out of all the songs combined. The song of the night went to... Let me phrase it differently. The song of the night was Hamalach by Boys Campus. One campus had 3,722 points. The other campus had 7,712 points. For a difference of 10 points. But only one campus won. And that campus, the winner of Shiria 2021 is Girls Campus.
Wow, you know what? That's who I thought was going to be the winner after hearing everything. They were both phenomenal, but my vote, not that I had one, was for the girls.
But did you hear that they won by 10 points?
Wow, I mean, I thought it was a little closer than that, but it was pretty amazing.
You thought it was even closer?
Yeah, I thought it was about 1.5 points.
Wow.
But it was
no,
both
I don't
great.
know if I've ever heard such a close competition. That was pretty amazing. As happy as I am for the girls, I'm sad for the boys. What can I say?
Yeah, but you know, by looking at the audience and seeing them jumping in, I think they were just happy to be in the moment and enjoyed the show.
It's true.
Just as we hope our audience did at home. I hope you were able to get a little glimpse into Camp Morashah and the spirit, the ruach, and just the achdus. It's amazing. Goes on every day here at Camp
Thank you
Morashah.
for joining us. We will see you back for Color War.
Yeah.
We'll be back up here.
Looking forward.
Have a good night, everyone.